It was pretty good. Again, I don't know the full details of it, but I'm just
Would you
gonna
like me to read you the
say it.
description? Is that a no?
No. Bernie, what is your thoughts of this?
Totally cliched and totally 80s, except one problem. It's made in 1998.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know too much about 80s films, but, like...
No, you don't.
Yeah, but, like, just, like, even in 2000s, we already get this. A boy meets a girl, and then they have some kind of conflict, and they end up married. So, we've seen it before.
But there are really some good aspects, I think.
Like what?
Well, like I said in our previous edition of this, I think that it's sad that Adam Sandler gives the best performance of You Spin Me Right Round. The original sucks, and all the versions after suck, except I think Adam Sandler sadly sang it good.
But for me, like...
Who would have thought the guy that sang the Hanukkah song, all three versions, could actually sing a song better than the original?
Exactly.
But Sam, you don't like a lot of music, for, like, today's time. Like, you don't like modern-day metal, and you don't like modern-day pop, so I can see why. But for me, I kind of like both of those genres, which is why I like the newer versions better. But I do like the Sandler version as well. I just did not like the original song. It sounded completely 80s.
I think we were talking about his hair, too, weren't we?
Yeah, we were talking about his hair.
He has pretty good hair in this movie.
Yeah,
He's got a
than
mullet.
the buzz cut.
The buzz cut, remember in Bedtime Stories, Goofy is the new cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
But, like, one thing I did like about this film is the running gag of, do you really want to hurt me?
Yes.
Because it was just, like, so inappropriate, but, like,
we
so...
had the best joke of that in the other version.
Oh, yeah, because, like, we kept quoting it at real parties.
Oh, didn't you say, like, no, remember, like, when we were recording this earlier, like we said something, like, do you really want to hurt him?
Oh, yeah, because
Really
he said
wanna
something
make him
about Mean
cry.
Girls.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Why couldn't we keep that?
Because I screwed up on the recording.
It's all your fault.
I know.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Again, another good, going back to the good aspects, I like the plane scene.
Oh, yeah, the plane scene.
I think the whole plane scene is pretty good. That he's going to Las Vegas to find her, but he doesn't even know that she's on the same plane.
Again, I find that a little cliche.
It is cliche, but it's not done in a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, because
they had to get there, and if they were to get there, I would think it'd be stupider because it wouldn't have made sense. I think he would have been too late. I wouldn't have liked it. And then I like that Billy Idol's there.
Yeah, Billy Idol's what sold that scene to me, that's why.
And I just it's first class. You can do whatever you want at first class. You can talk over the intercom system.
You can blow up the plane for all we care. Actually, don't, because everyone will die, so...
Yep.
Alright,
yeah, and I like the old lady that he teaches piano to, and what does she pay him in? Meatballs. And, like, doesn't give him a plate, doesn't give him any Tupperware, just has them in his hands, and she, like, squishes them all up. And it's like, I want you to eat them right now. I want to see your face when you taste them.
I found that scene really gross, to be honest.
I think it was funny, this old lady.
And on that note, insert your own joke here.
Isn't she also the grandmother in Happy Gilmore? I don't remember.
I think you're right. I think so.
So, any final thoughts about The Wedding Singer?
It really hurt me.
Bland, blah, boring.
Exactly. Alright.
It really hurt me. It really made me cry.
Alright, let's move on to Little Nicky, which came out in the year 2000. Apparently, this is the only Adam Sandler movie with a fan base, and I love... I like and hate this movie. I mean, like, but I lean more towards liking the mythology rather than liking the story, because the story wasn't constructed correctly. But what I do like is the mythology, because I'm a sucker for mythical creatures, devils, mermaids, fairies, anything. And I like how certain creatures have to adapt to Earth's nature. Like, I like how they had to wear the coats of the pizza. Like how they can snore and it scares the crap out of everybody. The mind control thing was also really funny. But
I like
this
the
would
basketball scene.
this would make a better anime than it would a better movie, because I think it would just show the laughable scenes more laughable in live action.
Oh God! Don't. I mean, they're already coming out with like Little Nicky action figures. They already came out with a Game Boy Color game,
Which I want.
mean, it's no surprise that we should market it more by establishing a manga or manga. I don't even know.
It's
You
so
call it
underrated, it
mango,
needs
and
a
it could
manga.
I really don't care about the pronunciation. I can call it mango, and
I
then
agree.
people will be happy.
I
But
agree
it's
and
sort of
disagree.
like,
Okay, why do you agree and disagree, Sam?
Because I disagree, because if you were to go like just take the audio from the movie and put it to anime.
No, it would be nothing like that.
I know, I'm saying if you were to do something, I'm just saying like if you were to have the exact same story, the exact same characters, the exact same everything, and put it to anime, I wouldn't like it. But if you had like maybe an anime that had to do with like it was maybe just a movie, not a series, but a movie where the two brothers leave hell and he has to get them back, and if it wasn't a comedy, I could see it being a good anime.
But I could see
the fact that it's like 90% a comedy movie makes it not a good anime.
Well, the thing is, there is comedy anime that do fall flat, but I think this one would actually do a lot better, because sometimes Japan makes fun of a lot of American pop culture. So that's why I think this one would make a better anime than it would a better live-action film. So, Bernie, what do you think about this movie?
There's one thing I did like, and that was the set design for Hell.
Yeah, that was a little cliche.
yeah.
What do you expect? It's hell.
You don't know. Yeah, how would you know?
Well, everyone thinks that hell is a bunch of flames.
Well,
Wasn't it, like,
that's
back in the day,
okay.
a lot of people thought it was
in
cold.
the set designing defense. In the set designing defense against this, I will say that Adam Sandler was trying to make this funny and not trying to take it seriously. So he's trying to make the set look as cliche as he possibly could. That way, it could be more funnier and everything.
And also, it can't be mistaken for something else.
Yeah, not only that,
Yeah.
if hell was a city, I don't think it would be really noticeable.
No, but what do you mean noticeable? There's
They already
no creature.
did that with HE
There's
double
no-
hockey sticks.
There's no creatures outside that place.
Well, no, as
That's
in, like,
all of
let's
it.
say hell was not a bunch of flames. Let's just say it's like New York City, but it's underground New York City.
I'm just saying that I think they made it look like that because when you have that opening spot, they don't want to have it on the bottom caption. This is hell.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
It's like self-explanatory. You see the flames, you see the darkness, you see the demons running around. Oh, this is hell. It's just obvious. That's what they have to make it so obvious that even the dumbest of people could figure it out just by looking at it.
Yeah. But a lot of people think this is my favorite movie, and it really isn't. Even though I quote it a lot and I have a huge crush on Adrian, it's not my favorite movie. There is a lot of product placement. A lot of the jokes aren't that funny. The story wasn't executed the best way. And I think that's why I think it would be a better anime. If it was like long, if it was a series, I think they would like run out Nikki's journey a little bit more to the fact that we're taking it a little more seriously. But since this is
Honestly, I think they spent way too much money on cast to actually spend it on something they could have used well, like writers.
Yeah. Well, then again, it's a Sandler film. We're not supposed to take it seriously.
I feel like I have the opposite opinion of Kayla in every movie. Every one.
Yep. That's how we are.
Because this has to be in my top 5.
Well, it's like it's one of my guilty pleasures, but it's not my favorite movie like it is Mean Girls.
It's not one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite Sandler movies, but...
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite Sandler movies as well, but it's not in my, like, top 5 movies that I'd watch over and over again.
Yeah. And back to what I was saying with the cast and everything, because I really think they just stole a bit of the pieces from Legally Blonde for Reese Witherspoon, and Rodney Dangerfield's performance is just completely wasted.
And another thing I'd like to add, like, Valerie's character was very, very boring. I was like, well, because usually in a Sandler movie, you either get a really smart girl who has a rivalry with the main character, usually being Sandler, Or we have the dumb blonde who instantly falls in love with him. She has no character whatsoever, and it's kind of very boring watching it happen. Anyone else agree?
But
I still like that IMDb has Clint Howard plays nipples. They never gave they never gave the character another name, so IMDb just has him as nipples.
Random cross-dressing guy. Oh my god. Okay, but before I go into a tangent on that, I would like to say how I got introduced to this movie, because I got roped in to one of my friend's review, and if you guys don't know who he is, he's Gus Webb, also known as the Nostalgia Kid, and he made a review of Little Nicky. And what he did is that he sent me the movie through Skype, and I watched it, and I was just looking at this movie, and I'm like, what am I watching? And then after a while, after I watched the whole through like the whole movie and everything, I actually had a little bit of an open mind to this, because it did have some funny parts, but the execution with most of their jokes are just hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like the demon that has the nipples growing on his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's not funny.
That's the only one I disagree with.
I mean, to me, that's sort of not funny. And it gets worse when Rodney Dangerfield actually lusts over that one, and they get this, like, gorilla with horns and everything. There are some other jokes that really don't work, and then there comes the product placement.
Oh, the product
placement. The product placement. Let's name them, shall we? We got Kmart, Popeye's Chicken, Coca-Cola. Kmart, you know how when Nicky first comes out of hell and he doesn't have a place to live because Beefy had spit on booze and hookers and stuff, and they had to get him a jacket because up here it's just too cold for him, so
that's
they
not
wouldn't
product. I don't think that's
like they had, like, you see him in a park bench with a bag and it says Kmart.
That's not product placement. I think that one's that's like saying in Click when he's going by Best Buy. That's like saying that was advertisement for Best Buy and Bed Bath Beyond and all that stuff. But it's not. It's just adding names to them, I think.
Yeah, and the biggest offender of all the product placement has got to go to Popeye's Chicken.
Yeah, that one, yeah. That one's different.
But, if you look in the chat, I sent everyone this really funny Little Nicky picture that I found. I showed it to Cody, but I don't think the rest of you have seen it.
Yeah.
Somebody drew it, and I could actually see this.
Post a link in the description.
I can actually see this actually happening in the movie, but for all the viewers at home, there's a picture of Little Nicky basically in a fetal position while Adrian's tackling him.
You'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, while Adrian is tackling him, saying surprise butt sex.
What's with the Bowie pants?
I don't know.
And it says like, I thought it said bullseye. It says bulgy.
Yeah, it's from Labyrinth.
But it says Bowie. It does say Bowie pants.
Yeah,
like
it's from Labyrinth. That's why.
David Bowie.
Yeah, because it's in Labyrinth.
What?
David Bowie was in